Today on Fresno State Focus, find out what outdoor activities you can do to stay entertained while so many things are closed in this coronavirus pandemic.
And a former Fresno State football player has the coronavirus. Stay tuned to find out how he's doing. Fresno State Focus starts now. Hello and welcome to Fresno State Focus. I'm Kyle Mack.
And I'm Daisy Ramirez. We're still practicing social distancing due to COVID-19, so our newscast may look a little different, but we're still bringing you the same great coverage.
The entire world is experiencing a disturbing piece of history with the COVID-19 outbreak. The majority of people who caught COVID-19 still actively have it. Johns Hopkins COVID-19 tracker shows that there are currently over 317,000 active cases and over 451,000 confirmed cases worldwide. And 4.5% of all infected people have died. In California, there are 2,660 confirmed cases. Fresno County is low on the list with 18 total cases and so far has no COVID-19 related deaths.
Many Fresno State students are very upset of not celebrating graduation on May. Hearing their name, the cheer from the crowd walking across the stage to obtain the diploma is a student's dreams. Fresno State, as many other universities across the state, decided to not conduct ceremonies in May as they were originally scheduled. When students received the email that Fresno State sent about not having graduation ceremonies in May, they were very disappointed because for many of them, not having a ceremony means a lot.
I was very sad. I was actually on my way to school when I got the email. So I was in shock. For 5 minutes, I was like, wait, what's happening? So I was pretty sad.
When I saw that message, it broke my heart. And right now that I'm talking about it, it makes me want to cry because I got really upset.
The coronavirus has disrupted all aspects of student life. Our classes are all online. Our newscast is virtual. On-campus housing is also impacted. Students who rely on the dorms to be able to attend Fresno State are now being asked to go back home if they can. But some students don't have a choice and need to stay, which is allowed with one stipulation. All remaining students are being immediately moved into one area of the dorms.
I feel really stressed right now because there is a lot going on and I have my online classes while I'm packing. I'm trying to listen to the lecture and keep track of assignments and find food at the grocery store all at the same time, and it's all just really hectic.
A reminder, food is still available at the Fresno State cupboard. That food is free. It's another way Fresno State is working to help the student body stay healthy in this hectic time.
One of our very own Bulldogs is sick with coronavirus. Travis Brown last played football for Fresno State in 2012. He's now a linebacker coach for the Edmonton Eskimos. His mother, Mindy, is posting updates on her son's condition on her Facebook page and is using the platform to spread awareness about the symptoms and ways to prevent catching or spreading the virus. The latest update is that Brown is feeling better, but he is still self-quarantined and will stay that way until he tests negative. Mindy Brown is urging people to take this pandemic seriously and said that the virus took her, quote, big, strong, young, and very healthy son to his knees, unquote.
The 2020 Tokyo Summer Olympics will not happen. They may happen next summer in 2021. The International Olympic Committee made the decision this week after Canada and Australia both announced that they would not be sending their athletes to Tokyo for the Summer Games. The last time the Olympics were canceled or postponed was in 1944 for World War II. So the decision to delay the Games is a big one. Here are other things that are postponed or changed for coronavirus health reasons. The Census Bureau will not go door to door counting for the census until at least May. It's suspending field operations to help protect the health and safety of the public, employees, and everyone going through the hiring process. The Census Bureau is encouraging everyone to respond once they receive their invitation, either by mail, phone, or online.
Tax day is pushed back. U.S. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin announced the decision in a tweet that tax day is now moved from April 15th to July 15th. Taxpayers and businesses will have more time to file and make payments with no interest or penalties. Mnuchin said that the payment delay could provide $300 billion to temporarily help the economy. Households and businesses will be able to use the money they would have paid the IRS to pay for other things during this economic crisis.
The coronavirus is impacting a lot of people's jobs. Many people are now working from home. JD Garza is a CTE, Career and Academic Success Coordinator for College of the Sequoias at the Hanford Center. He tells us how his transition is going. JD Garza is one of the many people who are transitioning into working from home in response to the coronavirus.
I think the transition was pretty smooth just because I think with working with a provost, I dual report. So I have a provost that I work with at Hanford, but I also have my director who works in Visalia. So I've been given some good insight into what our center is doing and what our district is doing.
It's been a comfortable transition, but Garza is trying to be vigilant about helping students.
It's the middle of the semester. Our students today, our priority registration students, are registering for classes. So how do I make sure to help those students? And how do I know which students to help if they're not saying, hey, I need help? So just trying to be vigilant about helping people.
There are some difficulties that Garza has run into with working from home.
Not over-explaining can get us into some tricky situations because we're relying on the person on the other end of the email to understand the text that I've sent.
With limited face-to-face interaction, there have been some programs that have helped with communication, like Zoom and Microsoft Teams.
Which I'm starting to like a lot. It almost has like the interface that looks like social media. So something that I'm familiar with, like Facebook.
With Garza getting used to working from home, he has found some tips that have helped him with the transition.
Get some fresh air. Even if you have to take a blanket outside, lay it on the ground, and bring your laptop and work there, you'd be surprised how refreshing that is.
Garza hopes that staff and students recognize what they need to do to be successful in this current environment. April 13th is the ideal return date for College of the Sequoias, but there is a possibility that date could be pushed back.
Shoe reselling is a side business that people have been doing for years. They resell limited edition shoes that are rare and hard to get, but the resale business is being dramatically impacted because of the coronavirus. Many people have side jobs. One of those side jobs is reselling shoes. Aiden Alvarado is a shoe reseller. Just a few months ago, Alvarado was making really good money reselling shoes, but just like everything else, the coronavirus has impacted his business.
Last year, I'd probably make hundreds of dollars, double what I made today, which is like $70 off of 4 pairs. It's crazy.
With the coronavirus, shoe resellers can no longer sell their shoes in person and have to send out all their shoes through a packing place.
Not much in person now due to the coronavirus, but more online. Like I have to ship out to eBay and everything, and I don't want to even risk doing person to person.
Resellers are not the only ones that are being impacted by the coronavirus, but also the stores that sell the shoes themselves.
It's impacting the store sales and just people that are trying to resell. It's not really the most, it's not the best situation.
Alvarado believes just like everything else, it's going to take a while before the shoe market goes back to normal. All shoe stores are closed because of the coronavirus. All sales are now online, which will have an even bigger impact on Alvarado's business.
2 dogs have contracted COVID-19 in Hong Kong. I had a chance to talk with Dr. Cheryl Waterhouse, a veterinarian from Fresno, on how this is possible and if there are any precautions pet owners should take.
Well, we don't know that they've contracted it. In our language, that means they're sick with it, and neither of these dogs ever showed symptoms with it. And so the testing that they're using now is PCR testing, and that's actually testing for the presence of the virus itself. If they had swabbed the table, it could have come up positive. Neither dog has shown any symptoms related to what people have with the coronavirus. And so I don't think we can say that the dogs have contracted the disease at all.
Do you think this could lead to testing on like other animals for this?
It certainly could. We need more testing. We need more testing in people right now is what we need. So we need to be able to do lots of testing so we can figure out who's positive, who's negative, separate them, quarantine the positives. We need an antibody test so that we can try and determine what level, how many people have contracted this before, have recovered from it, and have an immune response to it.
Do you think there's any precautions pet owners should take for this?
Yes, absolutely. So just as people are supposed to stay 6 feet away from each other when they're out, walking through the park or exercising, walking, in your neighborhood, stay 6 foot away from one another. Keep your dog 6 foot away from each other. Don't let your dog go up to another dog. Don't let your dog go up to another person. And so keep your dogs away from other people.
The coronavirus originates as a relationship to bats. Do you think it could have been a possible animal-to-animal contact?
This one, they theorize, came from bats because SARS, if you remember, we had a SARS epidemic about 10 years ago. SARS and this current COVID-19 are similar in some ways. And so they're theorizing that because SARS came from bats, that this one also came from bats.
Is there anything else you'd like to add or share?
That I just hope everybody takes seriously the quarantine recommendations, the social distancing. I really do believe that it's important for us to do this right now. There just isn't enough healthcare facilities to take care of us if we all get sick at the same time. So I'm doing my part. I'm home right now. I'm over 65. I'm home right now. I get to play with my pets more, and so they appreciate it. But just please follow all the recommendations by the healthcare people.
All right. Well, we've been talking with Dr. Cheryl Waterhouse. Doctor, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
An outbreak of coronavirus with dogs is very unlikely, but pet owners should still practice good hygiene with their animals. Back to you, Daisy.
A Fresno State student has an interesting way of keeping the joy during this stressful time. He decorated his home with Christmas lights and inflatables to help people smile. Noah Chavez wanted to join in on the fun when he noticed others in his neighborhood turning on their lights during the coronavirus pandemic. Although it didn't stop at the lights for Chavez, he wanted to go all out.
So I decided, I'll put my lights up. And then I decided to take it a little step further and put some inflatables up and more lights, and it just kind of snowballed into what it is now.
When Chavez moved home from Fresno after Governor Newsom called for the shutdown, he wanted his neighbors and his family to remember to appreciate the little things. Chavez says he plans to keep the decorations up as long as his city is under shelter-in-place order. He loves to see other homes participating in other neighborhoods as well.
First the bars, then the restaurants, and now the gyms across the Central Valley have closed their doors as a safety precaution against the spread of COVID-19. As the state of California is on stay-at-home order, non-essential places are closed until further notice. With people constantly touching and picking up workout equipment, the gym is an easy place to spread germs. Many gyms in the Central Valley, like InShape and Planet Fitness, are putting dues on hold until they open back up.
Honestly, I'm disappointed because I felt like I was barely reaching the peak of my summer body, and now that's on hold. And it's just the gym to me was a getaway from work and as a way to relieve stress, and now I can't do that, so I'm a little bit bummed.
For many people like Ruben, the gym is not just a place to work out, but an outlet. Gyms are offering free Facebook Live workout classes, healthy recipes, and workouts people can do at home until the gyms reopen.
With so many things closed, so many people are wondering what they can do to keep themselves from going crazy. While some people are creating TikTok videos or watching more shows, others are getting more active, even if they can't go to the gym. Myra Franco shows us a few ideas while still following the rules of social distancing.
This past Friday, Yosemite National Park closed to the public, but that shouldn't stop you from hiking. You can go out on other trails that have fewer visitors and can keep you at a safe 6 feet distance from others. One location is Sierra National Forest. You can spot families getting together and enjoy nature or getting their steps in. If you want to stay closer to home, you can go for a walk around your neighborhood, ride a bike, or take a drive around town if you're feeling cooped up at home. Social distancing is a practice most people are doing. Since the university closed down, us journalism students are not giving up just yet. We're still interviewing people by FaceTime, and we're going to be letting you know what some people are doing during quarantine.
Basically, just been watching movies. I've been drawing, been cleaning.
Although you are able to go outdoors, some people still worry about that being safe.
My mom thinks that it's best for me to stay inside. No, I really want to go outside and, run and go for a walk at least. She thinks that I shouldn't.
I've just been out trying to avoid people. I've been working out since the gyms have been closed. I have a goal to reach. So this isn't going to stop me. I'm going to keep going. I've been going to the trails, to the stadiums. I've been hiking.
And on social media, this is a few other things people are doing.
Bye, Auntie.
As you can see, many people are increasing their physical activities, whether it's indoors and outdoors. I'm Myra Franco, Fresno State Focus.
A lot of national and some state parks are now closed because too many people enjoy the outdoors too close together. So remember, when you do go out, maintain that 6 feet distance. Coming up on Fresno State Focus, I'll show you how a local flamenco guitar player who says his music is connected to his soul.
And if you want to go outside for a bit, I'll have your focus on weather.
I got the bulldog spirit up in my head.
Up in my head. Up in my head.
I got that bulldog spirit. Up in my head. Up in my head to stay. I got that bulldog spirit. Deep in my heart. Deep in my heart. Deep in my heart. Got that bulldog spirit. Deep in my heart. Deep in my heart to stay. I got that bulldog spirit. Down in my toes. Down in my toes. Down in my toes. I got that bulldog spirit. Down in my toes. Hey. Down in my toes to stay. I got that bulldog spirit. Up in my head. Deep in my heart. Down in my toes. I got that bulldog spirit. All over me. All over me to stay. I got that bulldog spirit.
Deep in my heart.
Deep in my heart. Deep in my heart. I got that bulldog spirit.
Welcome back to Fresno State Focus. COVID-19 has been the focus of most news for the past few weeks. We dedicated the beginning of our show to share those stories with you. But here, now are some inspirational stories our class put together before this virus hit. We hope they uplift you, giving you a much-needed break for this moment.
Flamenco has roots deeper than its birthplace, Spain. I got to see how a local guitar player from Iran is adding his twist to flamenco music. Here in this Fresno studio, Armin Kushkabagi, also known as El Armin, gets to play his guitar for the flamenco dancers at Academia de Arte Flamenco. He learned to play the guitar at age 9. Now, he fuses his culture and his own words with this timeless style of music.
There's really no music for it. It's all from the heart, and it's just how you express the music yourself. So that's why I got into it, because that's what I'm good at, just picking up, memorizing, and just playing how I want.
Flamenco is all about chemistry between the musician and dancers. The rhythm between the two isn't simple, but when it comes together like this, it's powerful. Something that really impresses Ricardo Gemente, who is glad to be a part of this team.
He's an inspiration, creatively. My partner Eva and I will be dancing, and he'll throw out some different falsettas for us and different pieces, different for our choreographies.
Which really does keep Eva Amador on her toes. She says he plays with emotion and soul, and that is what sets him apart from others.
When I first heard him sing, I thought, wow, this guy can sing, this kid can sing. And I have not been let down since. He just continues to grow and grow into, I don't know what he's going to grow into, but he's going to be something fantastic someday.
Music is it's such a holy thing, and it's so sacred, and people don't usually see how holy it is. I mean, because it's so connected to the soul, and it's all coming from the soul.
He's like an old soul. You can find him on iTunes. He just released new music and is soon to plan to release a new album. So if you're interested, you can follow him on Instagram at @EL__Armin to hear more of his music and covers.
Earlier in our newscast, Myra showed us a few ways to get out and keep from going stir crazy in our shelter-at-home order. Now, here she is with a look at how our weather will cooperate with those plans.
I'm Myra Franco, and I'm going to be giving you the weather today. As you can see right behind me, it is a cloudy day, but you can see the sun is trying to peek through. It's the perfect quarantine weather. You can go for a walk, you can maybe go ride a bike, or relax if you just feel like relaxing during this time. Now onto our national weather. You can see some activity of rain on the east side of the map, and that is where Washington is. Now taking it back home, here in the western satellite shows that the Central Valley should be expecting some rain, which is perfect to push out all the air pollution away during this time. Air quality in the Central Valley is looking good. The highs we see are currently in our mid-50s. Fresno is at 58, Merced and Madera are at 57, and the lowest we see here is Shaver Lake at 32. Now for tonight's lows, Fresno is 42, and now going into our extended outlook. So expect some showers today. The highest is going to be 58 and our low 42. Thursday, we are going a little bit higher in temperature, partly cloudy. Friday, 63, and then we drop again on Saturday with 61. And then it starts to increase again little by little, so expect to go out and take a nice walk. Sunday, it should be 68, and Monday and Tuesday, it goes back into our high 70s, and that is your weather. Back to you, Daisy.
After all the worry across the world because of the coronavirus, celebrities are trying to bring light to the situation. Celebrities across the globe are bringing awareness to the coronavirus outbreak. Some like Idris Elba got the virus, some like Tom Hanks and his wife are recovering, and for actor Ben Stiller, he decided to send out a message on behalf of the New York governor's office.
We really have to all stay at home. It's the only way that we're going to stop the spread of this virus. And it's only going to work if we all do it together. And even if you're not worried about yourself, think about protecting the older people in your life who you love, who are very susceptible. So please stay at home.
Other celebrities are trying to entertain their fans on social media, like John Legend playing the piano at home. Yo-Yo Ma was hoping to bring peace by giving a concert on Instagram, and Rihanna donated $5 million for relief efforts. Britney Spears offered to help any fan in need of supplies.
Whether it's with food or I'm getting your child diapers or whatever it is, DM me and I will help you out.
J.K. Rowling is opening her licensing from her Harry Potter series so that teachers can read the books to students who are learning from home. Even though the world is practicing social distancing, you can still feel connected via social media. If you are wondering what your favorite celebrities are up to during this stay-at-home order, you can follow them on their social media. Most of them have been conducting live broadcasts from home to keep in touch with their fans. If you are wondering what your favorite celebrities are up to during this stay-at-home order, you can follow them on their social media. Most of them have been conducting live broadcasts from their homes to keep in touch with their fans.
Yeah, the sports world is pretty crazy right now with the current environment. I'm a huge baseball fan, and a lot of baseball fans right now are on TikTok, so it's nice to see that side of them, the non-sports side of them.
Yeah, same here. I'm super into soccer, so not having soccer has been pretty sad.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's bring back Henry and Myra. Henry, tell us more about how things have changed for you since we had to have this shelter at home and meet like this for our newscast.
Well, things that have changed for me that have had the biggest impact would be my education. I no longer get a hands-on experience. Everything is virtual, and that makes it difficult. So I'm just learning how to adjust to all this.
And following up on what Henry said, I think it's a good time to start focusing on our health. I start my morning by putting on my running shoes and getting that exercise in. And we might not know when we might start living our daily lives again, but we are still living and we can get a lot of stuff done still.
Well, thank you, Myra and Henry, for joining us. And thank you guys for joining us on this edition of Fresno State Focus. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at FS Focus TV for more updates.
Stay well. We hope to see you next week.